Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to the Football Show with No Name. It is our special Thanksgiving episode, so everybody, happy Thanksgiving a day early from the team here. So we got DeCommish with us today, so that means we're going to be talking some DFS with him and Lauren. We got Big Jeff on the top right. We got Lauren, Who Dat Nation, and to complete the tic-tac-toe board, we have myself, as always, with you guys. So tonight, we're going to talk about a couple things. We got some injuries to talk about. We got some news to talk about. But first, we actually want to get into the meat and potatoes, or turkey and potatoes, if you will, of the show right off the bat. So we're going to talk a little Thursday football. Actually, we're probably going to talk a little Thursday and Friday football, but let's start off with Thursday football, and we'll get to the Friday later. So we have 3 games on Thursday. It's a great slate of games. Some really for y'all fantasy players out there, some really high over-unders. So you want players in these games. And so first game, of course, is Packers-Lions, which on paper, the Lions should win this game, right?
Yeah.
So on paper, they should win this game. Jordan Love did have a good game last week, 322 and 3 touchdowns or something like that. So he had a good game. They are now going to be without Aaron Jones again. And so it could get, nobody can pass on the Packers, but you can run on the Packers. And one of the Lions' strengths is running the ball. They got David Montgomery, who's been great this year. And you have Jahmyr Gibbs. He's more of an out of the backfield type guy. But so what are y'all's thoughts about this game? Oh, first of all, real quick, 7.5 points for the Lions and a 47.5 over.
I think the Lions own Thanksgiving and have, even when they're worst, and when they're at their worst, they still play their best on Thanksgiving. So
the Scott Mitchells of the world.
Packers, yeah. So I know there's a lot of Packers fans out, and I know I have a lot of Packers fans, but I'm sorry, guys, this is not your day.
No, I don't think it's their day either. Meryl, what do you think about this?
Yeah, finally, the Lions are actually worth watching on that first game. Because I can remember as a child and damn near all the way through most of my 40s, like that first game is just kind of like the warm-up games. Like, I don't even know if I want to watch it. I'm going to go ahead and eat now or whatever.
Yeah.
But like now the Lions are like, they're a good watch, and they're a good fantasy watch too. So
how long did you, like, what year did Barry Sanders start? Because that's what really made the Lions fun to watch on Thanksgiving. What was his rookie year? 86?
Sometimes.
Something like that?
Sometimes.
Well,
89,
I watched Thanksgiving more for Madden. It was more about watching Madden. Because I'm a fat boy. I always wanted to watch the turkey.
I mean, you had like 10 years. You had 10 years of Barry, being entertaining on Thanksgiving Day, but they probably would lose. And then maybe some years go by and they were terrible. And then you got to see Megatron, but they would lose. So now it's like they're entertaining and they might win, but now they're a 7-point favorite. I mean, they may do what the Cowboys always do.
This is the kind of game that
lose.
Lose. Right.
This is a setup. This game, because
And how were they better? How were they better with Stafford and Calvin Johnson? Like, how were they not a better football team?
No defense, no coach.
Definitely no defense, and the coaching was great.
Coaching. It was coaching.
Yeah. So I don't know. Okay. Ferg, you got any thoughts about this game you want to throw out there?
Fantasy goodness. I would pose to you guys, if you had to choose, if you don't have the option to go both, you go Montgomery or you go Gibbs.
If it's a full PPR, you probably go Gibbs.
Who'd you ask for, Monty or Gibbs?
Yeah, Monty or
Gibbs.
I might put both of them in. It's Lions.
Taking for granted you don't own both.
You don't choose one.
You don't choose one.
If it's full PPR, I probably go Gibbs.
Yeah.
I'm good because the thing is, Monty gets those goal line carries, and then watch it be like a time when Monty's like 3 touchdowns in. So I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like you could go wrong with either one.
I think in a standard, you play Montgomery.
If you own both, you play them both.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I'm with Lauren on that. Own them both, play them both. I mean, you throw Jahmyr in your.
Depends who your other running back. If you got 2 really solid. I mean, if you got.
All right, so if you have both, let me ask you. We'll go on. I'll ask one last fantasy question. If you have both Lions and I'm so old school. Like I really like to have people going on Sunday night, on Monday night. I feel like it gives me a chance to win. But do you go both Lions, or do you hold a spot for somebody like Pacheco or DeAndre Swift?
Who's Pacheco's playing?
Who's Monday night game?
Monday is the Bears and Vikings.
Bears and Vikings. That's what I thought. So maybe like you
so
play anybody in that game. Yeah,
I'm hesitant to run both my running backs on Thursday night when I have other options still to play on Sunday. That's just me. I always try to hold one back.
That I see in my head is like, because I was playing this out today for DFS, I was thinking through like what I think the game scripts are going to be, and I just think the Lions are so good this year, and every Thanksgiving they do really well because I always play them on DFS on Thanksgiving, and I just think they are going, and it's at home. It's their day. The Packers suck. Like, I think they are just going. I put both in. I would mess with Pacheco.
I'm not sure, but it's a real possibility you could have a team with both Detroit running backs, and you could also have Kyron Williams and Jerome Ford. So I couldn't play both of those guys on Thursday. I wouldn't do it.
I couldn't do it.
And I get it.
And it might be the smart play. I'll regret it on Sunday. But at that moment, I'll be like, it's too early.
If you can put that running back in flex, like if you've got a flex option, then
but you still got four. But we're still talking about 4 players in 3 slots, though. So
I mean, but you got to think though, what have they when they've been like the last 6 weeks or so minus the bye week? They've had really good weeks together. Well, since Gibbs got back, so I guess 4 weeks. So they've had.
It's not the smart play.
It's not the smart play.
Would you play both Lions if you had a chance to play A-Chain and he's playing?
Yes.
But he's not playing, I thought.
He's hurt. Like, he's going to be limited.
Yeah, I'm not.
I would and Mike McDaniel said, well, no need to really rush.
Dude, Mike McDaniel's terrible giving out information.
He did.
Yeah, I mean,
let's just be real.
Both Lions are 100%, and they're playing in a dome. Like,
so we're all on the Lions. All right. What's the next Wednesday? What's our next?
All right.
Thursday?
So, hey, Ferg, can you take down? Can you take down the comment? Okay.
Oh, can y'all? Hey, look, Clint. Before you go there, can y'all talk about how are y'all dealing with the Green Bay receivers? Dobbs.
I like Reed.
Well, so right now,
you don't
Reed.
know.
I like.
But Reed has been.
Reed, you can count on
he's been
Reed.
great. Like he's the flex-worthy play. He's the flex-worthy play, and it would have to be like who would you even? If you're talking about Dobbs, because he's probably the most consistent, we can just leave out Chris Watson, right?
Yeah.
Like we can just leave him out at this time.
So you rank them Reed, Dobbs, Watson.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't. Yes.
Fantasy relevance. Yeah. Did y'all see the way that Dobbs grabbed that touchdown?
Yeah.
Bro.
It's been like that every week.
Watson finally got a touchdown though, so he might.
But what was he? 3 for 36 and a touch or something like that? It's like
you know how he started last year. It was this time last year where
we're not going to go back and talk about Monday Night Football, but I was reading some stuff about the game, and somebody I read what a good writer wrote. It's like the Packers got rid of Valdez-Scantling to draft another Valdez-Scantling and Christian Watson. And when I looked at him, I was like, he is the same dude.
Yeah.
Watson just got a few more opportunities than MVS did. But Christian Watson has never had a game as good as the one Scantling had in the Super Bowl.
No.
Do you think Merrill?
So he always will have that on his resume. That I had the best game of my life in the biggest game of the year.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you think?
But when it's all said,
so there's like if somebody offered me that as a trade, I'm like, that would be bad. I wouldn't need that. Like that's
Hey, Ferg, if you can reset or reboot or kick your kids off the internet.
Marilyn, do you think that Christian Watson, like last year, he had Aaron Rodgers. Like, there's a little bit of it. I feel like might be the quarterback. Like that's what makes I don't know if he's gonna have that 3 touchdown.
He has more talent than those other guys.
Yeah.
So,
I definitely agree with you there. All right, so now let's go ahead and get to the second game.
Oh, the
second game's a good one. It's gonna be the Manders against the Cowboys. And the Cowboys and Manders, they switch off who they play between the Giants and each other, right? And they do hate each other. So one thing I want to say, and I'd love to wait for Ferg, but I don't know how long he's going to take to come back, is let's talk about Sam Howell, the NFL passing yards leader, Sam Howell. Right now, is he gonna win a Super Bowl?
No.
Not right now. However,
Never.
the dude can sling the ball.
And he's
Like-
a tough little shit, man.
Oh,
He
yeah,
got
dude.
wrecked
Come
last
on.
weekend. Like
Right.
when he
Yeah.
tried to run that for that first down and it started the fight
Yeah.
on the side of like he's tough.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him. He's tough.
Yeah, no, he's
Or that
if
or
you
he's
never
just a
watched it,
poacher.
if you never watched him in college, Lauren, he didn't go down. He didn't go out of bounds. He didn't slide. He didn't do none of that shit. He was actually Matt had to make him slide his last year. in
Really?
college. Oh yeah, like he forced him
is-
to learn to do that.
He's
Right?
no joke. I
Oh,
think
no,
I
he's
like
a
him.
tough
Cool.
he's a tough little nut. So this game is 13.5 for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So a huge spread at home and a
Mm.
48.5 point over under. Right? So what is that implied point total for the Cowboys in if they're 13.5 and it's
48 and a half?
so
Ugh. That's like
so
a
and they're 13-point
35,
favorite? So it's like 35.
13,
35,
12.
13.
Yeah.
35,
No,
13,
it's,
but-
I don't.
it's bonkers.
I
right?
think it's going to be a
Like-
lot closer than they're giving him credit for. Honestly,
It absolutely will. It
Yeah.
absolutely will. This
It's
is
like
the
how they
Cowboys.
beat the Eagles. Yeah.
This is what they
This is
do.
what the Cowboys do. This
This
is
is
when
what
they
they do.
cowboy.
But it's
This is
also
when-
like the Commanders for some reason when it's their division, like they almost beat the Eagles. Like I'll tell
Yeah.
you what, if the Commanders win tomorrow, next week I will come on and sing "Hail to the Redskins." Start to the
You
I
may
think-
be
My
I think you
only
should do that.
problem
But
with you
don't
guys
sing hail to the
still
all. Don't
is
do
that it's,
that.
Well,
it's
that's only
Manders
yeah,
on
that's
the
the only
road.
part I know.
If it was Manders at
That's
home, I would
what
agree with you guys. But it's Manders on the road, Thursday night teams on the road. Yeah, I want no parts of. Not on the
Yeah,
road.
but again,
Oh, I
going
love
back
seeing Hal
going
tomorrow.
back to Merrill's point, the Cowboys do this, and they have a
What's the
game that they're
Cowboys?
supposed to win, and then Dak goes 10 for 23 for
Yep.
160 and 3 interceptions. And Tony Pollard has 13 carries for 12.5 yards, right?
That's
And then,
every week.
and then what's his name? Dinwiddie. What's his name? Dowdle. Dowdle. He'll go for
Dowdle.
100. He'll go for $120 and a touchdown on like 7
I'm
games.
starting him.
It'll be Rico. That's right. It'll be the weirdest shit ever, and
It's
the
gonna
Cowboys
be
will
a
lose.
good game.
The Cowboys will lose 17-13 or some shit
Don't
like
say
that.
Yeah,
right?
no, it's
It'll be
And I'm not a
something like that.
Cowboy fan. Don't say that. Don't say that.
They
It's always the highlight of Thanksgiving.
That would be
everybody's
disastrous.
watching the game, and half
Oh,
the
yeah.
country is
Oh,
rooting
yeah.
against them. The other half is rooting for them. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
But they
it's
beat the
great.
Panthers. They beat
Yeah,
the Panthers.
well,
They're
and you
happy
know what?
about
It
that.
was
They beat the Panthers.
it was
That
really
was a
close.
17-10 game in the fourth quarter.
In the
Don't
fourth
tell them. Don't tell
It
them
was a
boys
pretty
that,
close game. It was a pretty
Yeah,
close
don't tell
game.
the
All right,
boys that.
so I think that all of us, I mean, we talked about. I personally, I'm with Merrill here. I don't think the Cowboys will lose necessarily, but it wouldn't be like the biggest.
you're not taking the
surprise.
you're taking
It
the
don't
under.
surprise me.
That 13.5, because you
That's
can
too
guarantee that shit. That's
I'll
right
take
No,
that.
before the show started.
I would take the Commanders at 13 and a half.
That's right before the show started. So y'all better get in now because that shit will change. Y'all know that's going down to like 10.5. That shit's going.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
Right.
by the game.
So,
by game
You ain't
time.
even got to sweat that. All right. So the next game, which is the night game, you mean it's a reason to not help cook and watch the kids? Yeah, I mean that's football. That's football. Actually, at that, if you're cooking at 4:00 during that Manders Cowboys game, that's pretty late. You're eating pretty
This
late.
could be
Right?
West Coast. This could be West
Yeah,
Coast. This
could be,
West
could
Coast.
be. All right, so
78% of black families cook about that time, so food's not
that's
ready.
78%. Is that a real number?
So, wait a minute. So
Did you take
this
a
week
census?
football starts at 9
Food ain't ready
a.m.
at 4.
in LA. LA
even close.
is 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, okay, so dude, think about when they're playing in London and Germany and shit. These dudes got to get up at fucking 5:00 in the morning to watch
I
football.
never even thought about there's 9:30 games we was watching. I mean,
Bro,
I
like,
wouldn't be
it's
watching
crazy.
football.
I
Can you
would-
set your fantasy lineup at 6 a.m. in the morning? You think you have enough awareness to be
Yeah.
able to fuck with that at 6
dude,
a.m. in the morning?
personally, I'm already up for an hour, so yeah, I'm good. All right, so let's go to the last game of the night. And I don't know why they didn't switch the Manders and the Cowboys to be the primetime game because that would have been more fun as a primetime game. But you got the Niners and the Seahawks in Seattle. It's a 7-point favorite for the Niners, of course, and a 44.5 point over under. I don't know. Let me check the weather in Seattle.
Take that under.
Yeah, that's what. Let me check the weather in Seattle because that's always a big deal.
It's not so much the weather, because I don't know if Geno's going to play.
Well, they
true.
said Geno is playing,
Walker's
is
not
what they
playing.
said. Walker's not playing.
Can Geno let it loose though?
Well, okay, so
Can he
first
just
of all,
think and dunk it?
so are you gonna, or would you take who would you start who would you start Geno over if Geno is an 80% or 85%? Let's call it 90%. Let's say he's 90% against the 49ers.
I mean, there's several dudes. It's the 49ers, so
right. That's what I'm saying. So
where I have Tyler Lockett and dudes like that I put on the bench for a shot at like Drake London or somebody, because I just don't believe that the Seahawks can beat the 49ers and do anything fantasy relevant. So if I have a chance, if I have a better option or a similar option, I'm sitting them.
I'm sitting. I want nothing to do with Geno Smith fantasy wise this week. I mean, he hasn't been great this year, period. And then if he's hurt, playing one of the best defenses in the NFL,
I might play Geno over Baker.
Oh, I played Geno over. No, never. I wouldn't even do that.
I play Geno over Levis.
I don't know. Baker's
yeah.
I don't know if I'll do
I play Geno over Kenny Pickett.
Sure.
Geno over any of the rookies that are currently starting, with the exception of C.J. Stroud
or Bryce. So, but Lauren,
over Bryce Young as well. Yeah,
it's Tim Boyle. Who's starting for the Jets, not Zach Wilson.
Oh, he's not.
The pool has been peed in. The QB pool has been peed in. So.
Yeah, it's either Zappy. I take Geno over Zappy.
If
he was starting, and I take Geno over Tim Boyle for sure.
Giants, you're gonna have
and I take Geno over Bryce Young for sure.
Yeah.
Would you take Geno over Desmond Ritter?
Yes, probably, because Desmond Ritter sucks, and Arthur Smith just likes to run the ball. But I don't think I would I don't know who else is there?
Ball don't lie this year. Would you take Geno over Trevor Lawrence this year?
No. Nope. Not even
as many duds as Trevor has put up this year.
I don't care. I don't believe in Geno, bro. I just don't do it. I know he was one of the better quarterbacks last year, and he did really well for fantasy last year. But I'm not buying. So, but
my only problem with the 49ers is I know that if you have receivers, you can score a lot of points. I don't know if you can win, but you can score a lot of points. And if Seattle got nothing else, they got receivers.
But let's say Geno is 85%, gets sacked, and he gets hurt, and then Drew Lock comes in, and he is terrible.
That's any quarterback now.
He's terrible. Okay, so all right.
Here are all the quarterbacks that are ranked right above Geno. Let's see which one of these guys you agree with. Russell Wilson.
Yes,
I wouldn't.
Desmond Ritter.
I would not. See,
Stafford.
Yes,
I would not.
Yeah.
Mayfield.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, he's been cold.
Minshew.
No.
Jordan Love.
I would take Minshew.
No, not Jordan Love.
Nope. Howell.
Yes.
Yes.
Dobbs.
Yes.
And Trevor
Who did play
Lawrence.
this week?
Yes.
Who Dobbs
Dude,
played Chicago.
Dobbs has been matchup proof though since he got to
the
Vikings.
if they get Jefferson back this week,
He has been, and I feel like he's
I don't
going
think he's going to play.
Cousins.
I don't think he's going to play. I think he's going to
those are interesting. I think they're all around the same. Then it gets to know.
They're all the same guy. That's why I said Trevor Lawrence's name.
Yeah,
so I will say
where you get to no brainer.
The new break, yeah. But it's going to be 46 and cloudy in Seattle. No rain as of right now in the forecast. 46.
Seattle,
right?
Seattle in the upset.
Yeah, I don't think it's even going to be close.
At home, maybe.
Oh, no way. I think this is so with the way that Brock Purdy has been playing the last two games after getting called out for being trash without Debo and without Brandon Ayuk and without Christian McCaffrey and without Chip Williams, and then he has the full slate, and then he gets 330 and 3 touchdowns 2 weeks ago. He gets 333 and 3 this week. Is one of the only perfect passer ratings in the last couple years or whatever, right? So
how do you get a perfect passer rating when you miss 4 passes?
Because I think it's a percentage thing, bro. I think there's a percentage break. Is what I think it is. I mean, you can look up how to do QBR, bro.
Did they actually give that man a contract?
I don't know, man. I think that's way too high
for 24-21.
Without Kenneth Walker, bro, I don't think there's a chance.
24.
And Charbonnet that boy.
I know, man. But you need power to get through that to San Francisco. I don't know, bro. I just don't believe it. Yeah, I have to see it.
Low key, 49ers aren't that great a run defense. They really aren't that great of a run defense if you look at the numbers. They're okay, but
yeah. Yeah, they're not. They're in the middle of the pack defensively, run wise.
If they get a lead, then they become a really good.
Yeah, of course.
Fred Warner
is game. You can run on them.
Warner's a difference maker. So let's.
But then Seattle's only got their one. Who else do they have? They got Charbonnet.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Charbonnet, and that's it. So, hey, Meryl, Brittany has a question. Wants to know what kind of camera you're using.
Oh yeah, it's the HD camera from a company called Lumina. It is not cheap.
Yep, I figured as much. All right, so now let's since we're talking about football and we're talking, we were talking about Kenneth Walker and how he's not going to play probably, or Gino, how he's hurt. Let's get into some injuries because we have some pretty big ones. So we'll start off with, if you want to bring Brittany's comment back up from earlier, Berg. So this is the big news of the week injury-wise, right? So, I mean, there's a bunch of big news of the week, but this is the big one because the NFL is now investigating Cincinnati, and I don't know if anything's come out of that. I haven't seen anything the last couple of days, so if one of y'all would check on that. But they apparently did not put Joe Burrow on the injury report, which is what I'm hearing. So, and that he had that injury when the game started. But I got a question.
He got off the bus, yeah.
What were his stats in that game? Because I know they were good, and then he threw a touchdown, and then he couldn't play anymore. So he had one drive. He was like 4 for 5 for 80 yards and a touch or something like that. Right? It was something like that.
Yeah.
And so what happened to where he couldn't even grip the football? Like he went back like this, and when he came forward, okay. So did he landed on his hand wrong?
That or it was like that, or when he threw the touchdown pass.
Already hurt.
I think the motion of it, because then he was just like it brought him to his knees. Like
right.
So
it happened. So Ferg, what I was saying is he went 4 for 5 with 80 yards and a touch, like on the first drive, and then he went out of the game. So
17 for 101 yards.
There you go. 11-17 for a $101. Right? Okay. And a touch. So that's a really good first quarter.
Yeah.
Right? Really good first quarter. So why do you think they're investigating? Because they say it's a pre-existing injury, but he was playing really well.
Let me make sure I'm saying this correctly. The NFL does not give a fuck about whether Joe Burrow is hurt. Just like
I think you said that correctly.
Either one of us are hurt. Either one of us still got toe or not. But if we're already in partnership with DraftKings and we know we're in the backroom partnership with Vegas, if somebody's hurt, it's going to change the swing of the lines. You have to let us know. That's why the injury reports come out on a certain day and lines change at a certain time. They move together as one. So if Bijan comes to the coach and says, I'm sick as fuck, I don't even know if I can go tomorrow. The coach says, man, just dress out and just give it the old college try. And then I don't put you out there and they don't move the line. This is why they have to end up refunding bets. So you best believe the powers that be had the secret phone call with Roger Goodell after the Bijan shit, found out about that picture that the Bengals put up on their website and took down that said this man's hand was in a brace but he was never on the injury report the whole week. Not even for the calf. Not even for the old calf. He was not on the injury report.
Like during the game, they were flashing it. I was watching because I was actually excited for that game and it ended up being crap. But like they kept flashing that picture on the TV during the game.
It wasn't for like anything online and think it's just gonna disappear because you decided to take it down.
It was they had it on TV and like they were talking about it.
I honestly think because the Bengals are basically out of it.
Oh yeah,
they're probably gonna get hammered with some dumb shit like $100,000 fine or something, just to prove a point that you can't do this because it's not gonna affect them in the long run because they're not gonna win shit or go anywhere now.
That's some NCAA shit right there.
Now, if Burrow was still had played and some other shit would have happened, maybe a 6th-round draft pick.
Does he have to get surgery though?
Probably.
I don't know. Probably. I think probably.
I saw something about Mark Andrews might come back.
Well, okay. So then let's talk about that then. So then Mark Andrews leaves the game, and they say he's done for the year. But then there was another one that said an indeterminate amount of time, right? So it's like this dude, he was the reason why I lost in our league of record last week, for sure. And so, it's getting a point and a
Says
half.
he'll be back
So
this
that really
season,
sucks.
maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. So
Aaron Rodgers
says that too. So we'll see.
I don't think he's going to come back to help.
But so you got Mark Andrews who went down.
Though.
We already mentioned Kenneth Walker. So Kenneth Walker's hurt, probably not playing. He's doubtful. It is a Thursday game, so there's probably a no chance he plays there.
Zero chance.
And Daniel Jones came out today that he is going to be needing ACL surgery. He's out for 8 to 10 months. And I know the commish doesn't have really a lot of feelings about this because it's just what it is at this point. $160 million contract. Yeah, it's good times, man. Do you want to? 10 cents. So, commish, you want to say something about this?
No, I mean we're stuck. We're stuck with this
I
contract
get
at least one more year. I mean,
yeah, I get it.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I get it.
Tommy DeVito won me a fantasy game.
Derek Carr for Daniel Jones because at least
in current condition, that would be funny. So now Luke Musgrave got popped in the game and went out, had to go to the hospital. Now he's out for the year with a lacerated kidney.
Oh, he is out? Oh, shit.
Yeah, so isn't this the same injury that Travis Hunter had? Am I wrong? When he got knocked the fuck out? Didn't he have a lacerated kidney? Is that what kept him out?
That's what they said.
Right, and so how long had he been out? He was out for what, 5 games, 4 games?
3 weeks.
So yeah, so I mean, it's something like that. So we'll see.
Musgrave's on IR, so
yeah, he's on IR, so he cannot return for at least 4 weeks. So we'll see what happens after that. Now, also something that I mentioned to the folks before we came on the air that I kind of wanted to talk about because it was in the news today was Drew Brees. So Drew Brees came out and said that he can only now throw with his left hand when he's throwing a football because anything over his shoulder with his right arm causes him too much pain. Wow. And so but now turns out it was from reading more about it. Turns out it was from a shoulder surgery that he had while he was still playing, from what I understand. Right?
You want $100 million or you want to write
y'all remember that last Drew Brees year? I mean,
it wasn't good.
He hurt
He could throw it from me to the door here.
Nah, bro. He could not.
This in 2005.
Yeah, that's when it's.
I mean, you'll trade a shoulder right now for $100 million.
Oh yeah, but
it's just a shoulder when he was with San Diego.
Just the shoulder. That's what I was about to say. I think it was when he was with San Diego after Rivers. Yeah.
So that's 20 years of scar tissue.
Yeah, it's a lot, and now he can't do anything more than this, without causing himself a lot of pain. So kind of crazy.
Playoff game last year.
Now, and the last injury thing I want to talk about, Ferg, we kind of touched on this earlier, man, and this is going to lead into talking about Friday night football for the first time. That's not high school or college. Achane, is he going to play? You say yes. Mike McDaniels is like. Well, Mike McDaniels, he says a lot of things.
Mike McDaniels basically came out and said, had the game gotten tied and we needed him, we couldn't put him back in the game. We didn't really. He said it without saying that I didn't think the game was really going to get back that close. So we basically just benched him. He wasn't warm. He wasn't ready to go back in from the time we needed him when the shit started getting tight and Tua started turning the goddamn ball.
Yeah.
He said it without saying it, but he basically said, kid's good. We gave him Wednesday off. He's going to get some run tomorrow. We're good to go. So.
Okay, so do you?
Now, something happens between now and then, so be it.
So where's the player break for Achane? Who do you put over him? Like Josh Jacobs over Achane?
Personally, it's not a player break. It's your record because we're getting to go to the playoffs.
So if
you rode with him all year and kept him in your IR or kept him on your bench, and you're like 5-6, 6-5,
and you need some explosiveness.
You need to take a shot. Throw it out there. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, you probably weren't going to win anyway.
Yeah, if you need a big explosive play.
Hard tomorrow.
The only way it would be a hard decision is if you have a running back that's so much greater than him already that you shouldn't be worried about it.
So who is that? Jahmyr Gibbs? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Who's the number one back this year?
They got him ranked at 54 this week, so it's like
who is the number one back this year?
Who's the number one running back this year?
It's got to be McCaffrey, right?
McCaffrey. So
Yeah.
like I would
who's number 2 and 3.
Like if I had McCaffrey, Eckler,
I think Mostert's probably
Mostert's
even with Achane, Mostert. I'm not gonna do nothing silly. I'm gonna just do what I've been doing. But if I got if it got to come between like Madison and Achane.
Merrill, he didn't play a lot. He didn't play a lot at the beginning, right? And then he only had like 7 carries, 8 carries, but they were for 150 yards.
If the stats we're looking at right now could take out last week's game, he would be like he was like RB3 in the game he played.
Yeah,
he never had less than like 20 points in the fantasy game
until last week.
But the experts are taking all that in consideration. They got him ranked 54.
Well, he's also
what I said. I'm not saying just play him because he's the lower ranked or higher ranked. I was saying
if you need an explosive play.
If I need to throw a long ball because I'm 5 and 6. I'm 4 and 7.
Yeah,
there's only 3 weeks left. I gotta get in. I'd rather just take my Hail Mary now.
Yeah, I get that.
Let me ask you a question.
There's still another bye week to come too.
It's like playing Keaton. Like it's if you have Keaton, you play him.
Yeah,
sure. You won him in the waiver, you played him, and you lost. Shit happens.
But here's the question: the Jets or the Miami's in the playoffs, right? Like they're going to take AFC. Okay.
Yeah.
We hope.
Why would they play Achane when he's healing when they're playing the Jets? Because it's like the Jets' defense is decent, but they're not going to get anywhere offensively.
Because right now, if you're Mike McDaniel and you're assuming as a GM should assume or coach assume, we're good. I don't think the Jets are going to be any good. No matter what Buffalo does, we still play them again. I think we're getting in. Right now we're number 4. If you are realistic,
I'd put Jeff Wilson in.
Do you look in the mirror and say, "Hey, we're the 4th seed. If Baltimore comes in here, can we beat them? Can we go to KC and beat them? Can we go to Baltimore and win?" If you don't think that you can do that, then you play Achane right now because you need to be 1 or 2 when playoff season gets here.
I get that.
That's the only reason to play. Unless you just don't care and you think I'm good enough to go on the road, and Miami has not shown that we're good enough to go on the road and beat good teams.
Yeah. Well, okay, so
we're not
with
playing
this game,
this week, though.
No, you're not playing
we're
this
not.
week.
So,
it's a
you gotta stay ahead. You gotta stay ahead.
All right, so at the over under for this game is 40.5, and the Jets are favored, the Dolphins are favored by 9.5. Right. Yep. So I mean, it's gonna be a boring ass game.
Yeah.
But the big deal here, well, except for Miami fans, it's gonna be a boring game. You know,
Jets fans,
right? Well, no, Jets fans are still gonna be a boring game. Let's just be honest.
I mean, plenty fantasy goodness on our side.
So the big deal here is that this is a Friday night NFL football game for the first time in the history of the NFL football, and it's on Black Friday, which, according to a lot of people. Amazon is doing this on purpose to keep people out of brick and mortars because they spent $100 million to have this game on Black Friday at 3 p.m. And so this is apparently it's a big ploy by Amazon.
They should pick a better game then.
But
I
was looking at that
at the beginning of the year. It was, Lauren.
I think that $100 million is part of the money that they're already paying Thursday Night Football because I think they set up and gave them the Black Friday. When Bezos was licking on Roger Goodell's ear trying to buy the Commanders.
Right.
So I think he just threw that in. It's like, go ahead and keep sponsoring. We'll do your Friday too. Thursday and Friday. Yeah, I'll take it. He was playing the long game because he thought he was going to end up being the owner of the Commanders, which did work out for him. But
I totally agree. I mean, their business model, like they don't make much money off of the stuff that we buy and shop and stuff. They probably run at a loss. They make their money off the web services and the TV deal. So I don't think it's real.
Yeah,
sounds good.
It definitely sounds good. It's just an article that I read on I think it was Yahoo. But this game, we're all taking the Jets, right? We're all taking the Jets on this one.
Yeah.
Please do. What are we betting? Please do.
Hey, look, it's the return of Zach Wilson. Tim Boyle gets hurt. Zach Wilson comes in, throws for 304, and wins.
I'm pretty sure Tim Boyle is going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt Friday.
All right. So now, can we? I want to talk about this real quick, and this is like kind of unreal to hear. We talked about this before the show started, but actually, I guess not unreal. knowing who it's coming from. So Jim Irsay, all he does is put his foot in his mouth and make billions of dollars, right? This is what he does. We figured out he came from steel and something. What was it for? Sheet metal money. Old sheet metal money. His daddy owned a Ram.
Sheet metal.
Yeah, his daddy owned the Rams back in the day. And so he gets pulled over in 2014 in a Dewey situation, right? So he's intoxicated, gets pulled over, and only gets charged, in his words. Hold on, what were the words, Ferg? Like exactly what were the words? Because I don't want to mess this up.
Just against white billionaires.
First of all, he said, "Why did you plead guilty?" He said, "Just to get it over with."
Just to get it over with.
I'm prejudiced against because I'm a rich white billionaire.
Y'all.
I'm just the average guy down the block. They're not pulling me over.
Yeah.
This exact words. I can paraphrase. But this exact words.
That's why Robert Kraft got in trouble for the massage parlor thing.
Wow.
You know what
crazy.
The sad thing is, though? There are millions and millions of people in this country.
Thank you.
That believe that
watch the news that rhymes with the word Mox. They follow Clay Travis on Twitter.
Yeah.
80% of where I'm from, and people who vote for somebody who last name rhymes with Bump. Like that resonates. That type of stuff resonates with those folks, man. So like as much as we're outraged, there's a huge percentage, about half the country is like,
what's the problem?
That's right. That's right.
They
probably are because of that. So.
Like when I read that, I texted to you, but I'm sure it's like 50 million people that read that was like, why the fuck is this news?
Why is this
people?
It would be like us seeing like some fucking
people who watch Fox News.
Yeah, this is like why
There's
is this
an Instagram page, and for the bump people, and they go out and they interview the bumpers, and they'll
it's great.
Have you seen
great.
Make Liberals Cry Again 2020, and the interviewer's like, but you lost, so who did cry? And then they finally realize, they're like, oh, I did. But it's like all these interviews with, it's amazing.
It was so it's like, why did he do this on HBO? Like, why did he do this in general? Because he just thinks it's the privilege, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
So, he just puts his foot in his mouth in HBO. I mean, just because it's paid programming doesn't mean people aren't going to see it, Mr. Irsay.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a story. I do agree with him. It wouldn't be as big of a story. It probably may not have. It might be something that got talked about on ESPN if he wasn't
right for sure
who he is. But
it
wouldn't be talked about like that for sure.
It's not because he's white and a rich millionaire. It's just because of who he is. Because he's a mess. So,
it's not so much white rich millionaire. It's he picked the moment. Like in 2014, we weren't pouring over every news story, especially not letting to do with, for lack of better words, MAGA. Like, was MAGA even a thing in like 2014? Like, we wasn't on MAGA. Like, we was just starting to hear about that. We saw a couple of hats, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was bubbling. So it wasn't like
there was a whole lot of folks.
We weren't on high alert for white privilege.
We weren't on high alert for.
It's like he held this till we was on like fever level. His lawsuits, indictments. We done lived through 4 years of bullshit. Like. You know what? I think I'll just goddamn piss on the fire.
Men getting married
Men getting married. What the? I can't have this shit. Let me say some shit today that got them started.
And people will listen to him and be like, I'm sorry for you. Like people believe, they're like, yeah, that's true.
This is serious.
That is what happened. You got discriminated.
This is serious football.
Reverse racism.
He got prejudice.
Now you've read this and I feel like 75% of owners in the NFL probably feel like this. I don't think any of them are also going to be dumb enough to say this. But if the owner of your favorite team says exactly this, are you still a fan?
No.
Yes or no?
It would be hard. I had a hard time after Brady left and after Kraft got pulled out of the massage parlor. Like, I was like, dude, I can't with you and the happy endings. Like, it's hard.
It's hard. I get it. All right. So
y'all realize, we football fans, we're rooting for laundry.
Yeah.
I mean, we are, but I'm just asking, like deep down, we'd be like, if you're a Colts fan, be like, God, and you're a black Colts fan. I feel great
Don't matter.
that we clinched the playoffs. Like, you don't care. I'm just asking. Are we decent?
No, I mean, I've heard that Mary Benson is crooked as AF, and I purposely don't Google her because I don't want to know. Because I know what's going to happen if I find out. I'll be disgusted, and it's going to be a whole thing. So, like, I just don't Google her.
Yeah, I mean, that's smart.
All right. Think about all the Cowboys fans that are super diverse.
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones is like, my boys stand on the line during the anthem.
Well,
and I stand with them.
Most Cowboys fans don't read.
Black, white, Latino did not care. They were like, whatever.
Meryl, your Jerry Jones is.
I love when he stood out there with them though, because it was like, bro, come on.
My favorite picture of Jerry Jones is him in that high school picture.
Oh, that's great.
Like 13, like I don't really know what's going on,
but
fuck that black dude. I don't know what's going on, but fuck what's going on over there.
Yeah,
that's my favorite picture of Jerry.
I heard it was a color gal that was supposed to be going to the school.
A color gal in my English class.
I've never seen one before.
I've never seen one before. All right, so let's get back to some football real quick. Okay,
I love Meryl doing Jimmy Jones. That's amazing.
Jerry Jones' impression is spot on.
Shout out to Jerry since we tore.
We gotta get Meryl. You should do a bit every week.
Trying to end the curse and getting Jimmy Jones into the Ring of Honor. I'll give you that. I'll give you a shout out for that, Jerry.
That is.
Mike, I keep saying that they wasn't gonna win shit until he did right by Jimmy. Now, if you do right by Jimmy, I might have to take my Cowboys predictions.
One positive.
Let him be the
one positive. The one positive. You know what I'm saying? Hey, now to go with the white man can't jump reference. Now he may be hearing Jimmy.
Love that.
You don't just listen to Jimmy. He may be hearing Jimmy.
All right.
Oh, that's a great
one.
And so one time on this show, maybe we can go through our favorite movies. Maybe the Christmas episode or something.
I thought you were going to say our favorite lines from White Men.
No, our favorite sports movies. Our favorite sports movies.
I think we did that in the deleted episode.
Yeah, maybe. All right. So,
oh my god,
the deleted episode. All right. Hey,
the season finale of last year. Oh my god.
Oh
yeah. Oh my god.
You gotta buy the Blu-ray. You gotta buy the Blu-ray to get that episode.
All right. So now,
we insulted everyone, including I even insulted what's her face that's blind and deaf. Why can't
Helen
Keller? Yeah.
I remember.
It was not a high point.
It was something.
The Ferguson name.
It was something. All right, so now let's go to some real football. And the best thing about this week in the NFL is that there is no bye weeks. No bye weeks. So in fantasy, it's great. In regular NFL, it's great. And what we're gonna have Meryl and Lauren talk about right now is DFS and how this weird shit happens, because sometimes in DFS you can't play the primetime games. I mean, you can't play the primetime games. You can only play the Sunday games. And I don't know about the Monday games, but like the Thursday night game is usually off the slate. The Monday night game is usually off the slate, right? So, and now you got 3 games on Thursday, 1 game on Friday, and 1 game on Monday. So how is this going to work this week, you guys?
Well, let me say a couple things, and I'll let Lauren go. Let's go something real quick, just to reference what you said, Clint. So the way that DFS works a lot with all these sites is you can pretty much play every game. The big money tournaments are usually only on, the 1:00 games on Sunday. And then sometimes there's a combination of Thursday night plus Monday night. But the more games that are being played at one time, the more big tournaments that are out there. So you could play individual games. I mean, I know I'm going to do this just to, I'm going to play individual showdown games where I'll have to make a guess. You get like a salary cap and can pick 6 players. You got to at least have one person from, at least one person from both teams on your lineups. But if you play this DFS slate tomorrow, you got 3 really great games and so many people to pick from. It's almost like playing one of those regular slates. So I'm super excited. So Lauren, what you got? What are you playing?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play tomorrow. I was running through game scripts in my head today, and I was like, because I want to get CeeDee Lamb and I want Christian McCaffrey in my lineups, and they're expensive. So I'm actually, and maybe it doesn't work. Maybe in my head, the game script, I'm going Sam Howell as my quarterback. I'm going to go cheap on him and probably Dotson. And then I can afford my Lamb and Christian McCaffrey, because I really think, I don't think the Commanders are going to lay over on that game tomorrow. I like that game a lot. I like the game a lot. So that's where and I definitely 49ers defense, no matter what. That's the defense to use tomorrow.
Why is that? Why is the 49ers the defense to use tomorrow?
Just like if you're going to – you know what? Actually, no.
Why not the Lions?
Yeah, the Lions. No, I take that back because the Lions defense is cheaper, and they're at home. No.
And they're playing against Jordan Love and no Aaron Jones.
Right.
No,
Jordan Love for 300.
With Detroit defense is going to show up, man. Like,
I mean, they've been good against the run.
Yeah,
so that's good at least.
That's a really good question. Like, what's the safest one? I think the safest pick is to play the Cowboys defense. If you're playing like a 3-game slate.
You're only talking about Thursday.
I'm just talking about the Thursday game.
Friday.
If you put Thursday plus Friday, I mean, some people are gonna some slates where you get Thursday plus Friday.
I would admit
I would play the Cowboys.
The Cowboys too much because that would be my play.
They're going to be the most expensive, so that's the thing. So the risk in that is like everybody's going to play them. The way that you win these tournaments is like you got to figure out like a market inefficiency. So you have to figure out who's going to get the most points for the cheapest amount. So
and then you also got to do the. I don't do this.
If I had to play the inefficiency, I would go Lions. I'll go Lions and take the chance that Green Bay shows up and be its ass like they.
Well, okay, so what about the Dolphins?
Dylan is like not a bad play. Like you play AJ Dillon and then
Dylan's gonna get all the carries.
Bullshit, he gets all the carries and stuff. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. Okay, so Dylan might get all the carries, but the Lions are top seven defense against the rush.
All you need is one fall into the end zone to make it worth it.
AJ Dillon has not showed that shit at all this year, except for once. All right, so let me ask this then. So what if you're trying to win playing people that other people don't, right? So what kind of play is the Dolphins defense?
If you had them on the Friday, like
if you have the Thursday, Friday slate.
Games.
Well, they said Thursday, that's why I say that.
No, but if you have Thursday, Friday, do you play the Dolphins? Like, is that the hands down winner?
A definite play.
I don't think they have a Thursday, Friday.
But that's right. I would go Cowboys or 49ers.
Do you pay attention to the swap, Merrill? Like the main, I don't either. And I know, so a lot of the DFS guys will tell you, to listeners out there, that you have to pay attention. And it's too much for me to pay attention to, where you kind of have to look if you're, playing the whole slate Sunday. So after the 3:00 or 1:00 games are over, you got to go look and see kind of like who's in the top, who's played who, and you got to kind of figure out who. That way you can swap it out, because if you're playing the same team as somebody else and they've got one other different, it's like impossible to win.
Yeah, so sometimes I've done it a couple times if there's I'm trying to get high upside and say, well, let me go swing for the fences, but that's how you win, man. Like everybody who wins these things, you got to get the top two people for the day. So you got to be really smart and guess who's going to be probably the best quarterback, and then maybe you get one of the best position players, and then the rest of it is did I get did I go ahead and go chalk with the Cowboys and 49ers, or am I going to take a flyer on the Seahawks and they get a pick 6 or something?
And chalk, I didn't know that for the longest time. That's chalky plays that everybody's doing. So everybody, a chalk play tomorrow is going to be Dak and CeeDee Lamb stacks. A lot of people are going to play Dak CeeDee, so that's a chalk play.
So when you're gambling your money and you're trying to win the entire prize, let's just say we have a healthy Kenneth Walker. Do you play Kenneth Walker over Eckler because everybody else is playing Eckler? Or do you I'll give you one. Do you play Singletary over a Josh Jacobs, somebody like that? When normally in your regular fantasy lineup, you would always go
the last 2 weeks, Singletary was way cheaper, and he won the league, helped people win. So it just depends on injuries. It depends on the game script too. You have to kind of play it out in your head. I always pay attention to revenge games, home games, weather, whose defense is shit on run, whose defense is shit on pass, I wouldn't play Mike Evans at weeks when he's with Marshawn Lattimore. There's all kinds of things. So you just kind of
hate each other.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
That's great. They hate each other.
I mean, it just totally depends. If Josh Jacobs is playing who's the worst run defense? Now I'm going to lose it. I thought the
check run defense. I know.
Not the Texans.
No. And there's two types of ways that people play. So you got these big tournaments where you kind of have to figure out, can you play some people who are different and get lucky? And then they have these other ones that are called 50-50s, where basically half of the people who enter get get paid. So it's basically
And
like
that's how you keep your
maybe
bankroll.
you put in 50, you're gonna get you win another 50. The top half will cash out, but in the tournament, it's only 20% of people get paid out, but it's a bigger payout. So
you know what? I only play the tournaments, and I know that's stupid, but because I'm that person that every Sunday at 1:00, I'm like, today is going to be the day where I'm walking out here $50,000 and student loans are gone. I always do tournaments and just swing with the bets.
I play the 50-50 because I don't want to keep putting my money. The thing is, Lauren, what you got to do is start playing the 50-50s because I don't want to keep putting my own money in. So what I do is play the 50-50s. And
I usually cash out somewhat on tournaments. Like I'll get something to keep going, but like there was one time last year, it was that Christian Watson weekend, and that's another thing. Don't go if your gut tells you something, listen to your gut. I swapped out a player late swap, and had I not, I would have won probably about $10,000.
Yeah, Jeff, you'll like this. So an underdog, and I'm sure Sleeper does it too. You can they do these things. I'm addicted to it. It's like they're very cheap. They're like
I would love to be with the
$5. You can go to Underdog or Sleeper and like do these drafts. So it's basically 6 people go into a room, and then you just pick a team, and y'all just draft. Snake draft. And then see who has the best team, but you don't know what pick you're gonna get. And so I did like really 6 of those.
Addicted to drafting. I don't really care about.
I was gonna say, don't tell Ferg that shit.
To the draft.
It's like $5. There's a tournament.
A live draft.
It's $20,000. It's an Underdog right now. You can just go and you draft with 6 other people. I just did $5, and I kept on getting the 6th pick, which sucks.
2 weeks ago with one other person, but I got to look into that.
But 6 picks in a 16 league is still incredible.
No, because I ended up let me tell you who I ended up getting.
By the way, the worst rush defenses in the NFL are the Cardinals and the Raiders, and they're 2 yards apart.
Okay.
Panthers got to be 3 or 4.
Panthers are behind the Packers. Oh, the Giants. Sorry, the Giants are the worst run defense in the NFL. They've given up 1,486 yards, 1,455 for the Raiders, 1,453 for the Cardinals, 1,347 for the Packers, and 1,294 for the Panthers.
So this week, Ramondre Stevenson's probably going to be cheap. They don't know who's playing quarterback, and the Giants are that would be a good play for DFS.
I missed one. The Broncos gave up 1,600. Have given up 1,600 yards. So they're.
I don't count the Broncos as being a terrible D because the Broncos
not anymore.
The first 4 games. Are drastically different from the rest of the season. And then they got the 70 burger on
stuff out.
That's throwing their stats off.
The 70 burgers what hurt him.
Yeah, that's throwing their stats.
Yeah, for sure.
My first pick in that draft when I was at 6, I had to pick Jared Goff.
Oh.
How?
Because McCaffrey, Lamb, St. Brown, Purdy, Prescott were gone.
Oh, okay. So you just drafted just for Thursday.
The Thursday game, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then he's getting the points for St. Brown.
The league is incredible.
So I had to take Goff and Charbonnet. Those are I took that.
I'm gonna do one of those for tomorrow, actually, because that's the only one I.
Yeah, I'm gonna download that and I'm gonna
parlays.
Dude, we're gonna come back next week. Ferg's gonna have 3,723 teams on Underdog.
I got the first pick in the one I'm about to do right now, so I'm gonna take McCaffrey.
You take McCaffrey.
This is on the Underdog app. Oh, let me get that right now.
See, this is Merrill. You should have never done that.
I finally got first pick though, because that's the thing. You don't know what pick you're gonna get, so I got the first pick. So
hey, Ferg, finally. Also, let me tell you, boy, y'all are on a 9-0 run. Y'all are handling business right now.
I don't know if you watching
Celtics Bucks.
We were up 15 last time I looked.
You're up 18 right now.
Okay.
Now you're up 20, getting ready to be 21.
I got a parlay with Jason Tatum's got to get 32.5.
Yeah, y'all both them Celtics guys. Jalen just got an and one. I don't know what Tatum has.
We lose at Charlotte the other night.
I don't know. Well, Charlotte's pretty talented though, right?
Took all the brothers out for too long.
Yeah, that's
what happens. All right, so
I don't like what's going on.
All right, so let's we got 6 minutes left. We got 6 minutes left. So Lauren and Merrill, why don't y'all give your best Sunday or Thursday and then Sunday DFS picks, not lineups, but just picks.
Tomorrow,
what I'm doing this thing right now is basically McCaffrey, Prescott, Amon St. Brown, Goff. Purdy.
Yeah, I mean, Purdy. You take Purdy over Goff.
Here's where you're cheap.
Did you play Purdy over Gino?
That's always
Yeah.
a big question, Meryl. Where are you saving money tomorrow? Like I was thinking,
defense.
Jaden Reed. I was gonna save some money and put Reed in some of the lineups.
I mean, you can save money with Charbonnet for sure.
Yeah, and then Jaden Reed.
And that's a free square.
And then you play the defense, the cheaper defense, because it's still a good play.
Yeah,
You play Charbonnet, you
sometimes
can
it's cheaper to
play
do
Dallas.
like a tight end in your flex and a tight end position. You have 2 tight ends that you can save money doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
just
can
got
put
I've got Purdy and Ayuk. And I'm like, I can't do Ayuk because I have McCaffrey. So it's all these little mental games you got to play.
That's awesome. So Purdy and McCaffrey were your first 2 picks. I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it. Hopefully it'll Ferg's over there already drafting his 3rd
Yeah,
team.
he is.
It's so fun.
I'm trying to get right.
It's so much fun. Like AJ Dillon's gonna be
fact
maybe
that I have known him like
Laporta.
35 years and he's just like telling me
Oh,
about this.
you know what?
This is a conversation we're gonna have in person about why he was depriving me of degenerate shit. He knows how I get down.
It's just so
weird.
So what he's trying to say is the reason he's in 126 or 46 leagues is because of the
Okay,
Oh,
bullshit.
that's not my fault.
Hey,
Oh,
well,
bullshit.
that's because he's addicted to drafting, and that's
He
really
is.
all it
I do like drafting. I don't even care about
I love to though. He was doing like 3 drafts, like the family league. He was
Christian
drafting with 2
Watson.
other drafts going on at the same time.
Christian Watson would be a really cheap play that could pay
Yeah.
off. Yeah, Christian Watson.
Maybe. All right, so
Yeah.
Lauren, give us a good Sunday lineup. We got 11
So,
games on Sunday, so give
The
us a good
2
Sunday lineup.
highest scoring games are supposed to be in the main slate are the Jags at the Texans and the Bills
Okay.
at the
Another big
Eagles.
play. Yeah.
Okay.
I right now am jaded and biased, and I'm all about the Texans. Like CJ Stroud, Dalton
Mhm.
Schultz.
Yep.
Schultz
Mhm.
is a little bit cheaper as a tight end.
Mhm.
I might
Sorry.
save some money on the Steelers defense, putting them against the Bengals because that's going to be a shit show.
Mhm.
Oh no, the Giants. I love the Giants defense on the main slate against the Patriots.
Oh, because they both.
Oh my
and
god, I don't even know.
What's the
I just-
over under on that game?
I would stay away from that game.
33
What's
and a
the-
half. But it's,
33 and a half.
yeah, but that was.
I couldn't do it.
But I
could have-
think the Giants at home against the Patriots. Their Giants defense is cheap on DFS this week, though.
I just can't. I can't trust them. I can't trust them with
They
gambling.
did really well last week.
Yeah, but nobody played them, right? So like, there's no way you could have known that was gonna happen. Like, I'm in a survival pool, like with like 70 other people, and it's down to me and just one other guy because everybody last week, with exception of me and this other dude, picked Washington. So and I still have Kansas City left that I haven't played yet, so I can't wait. Hopefully, I might be $1,000 richer.
Tomorrow, this
That would
week,
be dope,
please.
man.
The Browns are at Denver.
Can I
That
hold $2?
defense, I think Denver's defense against the Browns. Who's their quarterback playing now? They're on their backup.
DTR.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
and it's at home.
you
Like,
definitely play
Yeah.
maybe Russell
Broncos.
Wilson is a good. He'd be cheap. Maybe Russell Wilson. I don't know.
Maybe
Russell
Wilson
low
would be a
key
good play.
has like pretty. I mean, like his
Russell
QB
Wilson's
rating
a top 10
is
year.
19 TDs, 4 interceptions. He's actually low key doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
because
he-
everybody was obsessed with them losing by 70 or
Yeah.
giving up 70. I think that's probably
Yeah, and he's done nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. The games that I
Yeah,
haven't
I
like.
like
Said,
that too.
I'll tell you who I won't be playing is the Saints.
Yeah,
They're in it. They're at
wow.
Atlanta, but because I don't know if I try. Well, I guess Michael Thomas is out, so Olave would be a good. But I don't. Derek Carr was in concussion protocol 2 days. I don't know if he's still. So if it's Jameis Winston,
I put Taysom Hill in my flex every.
oh
DFS.
Taysom going to
Every chance I
Atlanta,
get.
Gladiator.
Every
know.
chance I get.
Do it.
I do
You
that shit
just
every
don't
time I get.
know. You
You
just don't
just never
know.
know.
He tore up
Look.
Atlanta last year.
Well, because he
Yeah.
plays quarterback, running back, and tight end, and a little bit of slot
Wide
receiver.
receiver,
So
yeah.
And
it's
he's the
like
goal line back. I mean,
I know it's fucking
Ridiculous.
ridiculous.
And
And I
it-
have him in like 3 leagues, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
He's got to figure out.
I'll take that
Like, I
3 or
have to
4
Commissioner,
because I know I
where's the
might get a
draft?
25.
Where's the draft? I'm here and I'm ready to waste
That's
money.
actually,
Where's the draft?
you know what? I might put Taysom in all my lineups. I didn't think about that. Like he tore up Atlanta
Oh,
last
you
year.
just
and
you just
Derek's
you just
not
hit draft.
100%.
It's at the very bottom. It says pick 'em
He
drafts.
said,
news
"I'm
feeds,
here,
drafts."
ready to
And
waste
I'm ready to
money."
waste money. Where's the
And
draft?
the tournament for tomorrow is called the Turkey for $5.
Oh gosh.
So,
Oh,
Alright,
shit.
so-
All right, I forgot my password. I'm gonna log on to that when I
First place 20,000, third place 10,000, fifth place
between 6
7,000.
people. It's only
Well,
six.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people entering into it, but you only draft for 6 people at a time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So
So-
it is creeping up on 8:30.
Oh yeah.
And
Some
so I
bad
wanted
shit going
to.
on.
So Kamish,
We
any
should have
last?
done a Thanksgiving food draft. We have to
Oh.
add that on top.
Oh yeah, that's a
That
good
It was
could've
on the
been-
list, but they kept talking about something else.
Yeah, we kept talking about. I mean, we
Let's
were
do
talking about
overtime.
a
Let's
draft.
do it overtime.
Okay, we got a few minutes. Let's go
Okay,
overtime.
we'll do a few
The
minutes.
number
Okay,
one
so,
sides was the draft, was the question.
okay, so let's do this. So
Okay,
let's
sides.
so let's do best sides. And we'll do
Hold
3
on, before
rounds.
we go best side, let's acknowledge. Are we acknowledging that turkey is number one? Because everybody
No, that's a main dish.
Just doing
That's a
side.
main dish.
That's an entree.
just side.
That's a main dish. That's a main dish.
Main
You know what I
dish.
mean?
All right,
That's a
all
main
right.
dish.
I know my 2 I need.
Okay. So what
Who's
we're
going
gonna
first?
do?
What's the order?
No, we'll let Lauren go first because ladies go first, right? So we'll let Lauren go first,
Respectful.
and then you know what we'll do diagonally. So we'll Lauren, we'll do Kamish, we'll do Ferg, and then me.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to
All
go
right.
stuffing. I'm gonna take the stuffing if the turkey's on the table already.
Is it
Okay.
stuffing or is it dressing?
Stuffing?
They're two different things.
So stuffing goes number 1. Okay. All right. So Meryl.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah. I can't even be mad at the mac and cheese. So, but now we don't always have to go traditional. Like you can say whatever you have at the house, right? Whatever's a good thing.
Whatever you people have.
Right. So, okay, Ferg, what you got?
I mean, hold on. Let me clarify. This is my mother's mac and cheese. Like, it's not Kraft. It's not no other.
No,
goods.
mac and cheese is already taken. No, I don't think we can
No,
allow
no.
that.
Because
I don't
this
know
is
if we can
difference.
allow that.
No.
That's the
no.
it's a
Off the
difference
table.
between like
It's off the
steak
table.
and steak.
Off the
and
table.
rice.
Off
the
the
table.
table, bro.
There
Off the
is
table,
nothing
bro.
else. There's
There
nothing
is-
else.
there
I don't
is
want
other
that.
Oh,
things.
there's plenty of things.
There's plenty of other things,
Mashed
bro.
potatoes.
Everything else is-
Hey,
Potatoes.
Lauren, stop.
Ugh.
Oh,
Ugh.
see, Clint got back to back. He got a snake, so
No.
he's got like
Yeah,
I'll
I
just
got
go-
my 2.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ferg,
If
what you got,
you
bro?
force me, I mean, I guess I would go mashed potatoes and gravy. Although I don't
Yeah.
really do
Yeah,
that.
both.
Yeah,
Can you
Yeah,
have
dude,
You
both?
can't have
gotta-
both. You can't have one without the other.
All right.
you gotta go mashed taters. You gotta go
Maybe.
mashed taters.
I don't want to.
So, what I'm gonna go with one of my favorite things, and I really only eat it at Thanksgiving and probably Christmas is green bean casserole. Love me some green bean casserole, and that's one of my go-tos. And I'm gonna take something a little less traditional and go with deviled eggs. I love me some
eggs.
fucking deviled eggs.
Okay.
There's always deviled eggs on the table, and it is one of my favorite dishes. One of my favorite dishes for Thanksgiving. So maybe we should only do 2 rounds because there may not be a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah,
left
yeah.
out here.
It's Ferg, me, then Lauren to close out.
Yep.
Ferg, it's on you again.
The first question is: do only white people have green bean casserole? Is that?
Yes.
I've never
yes.
had that.
I'm not
Absolutely.
a green bean person, but it does seem to be at every.
Yeah.
There
I
was
don't know
so
anything
one
about
side
it. I've never heard of
last
that.
year. One of my cousins, his wife happens to be Caucasian, and she brought green bean casserole.
I didn't know.
And we were like, "What the?"
I've never seen one before. What does it look like?
Yeah.
Does it have a crust? Is it like pie?
Yo, I didn't know what the fuck
Listeners,
that
if
was. I
anybody
was like,
wants to
"What
throw
the?"
out what a
It's
green bean casserole is in the
Yo,
comments.
Look,
come
that's-
on, you
I mean,
fucking
Hey, look.
because we've known Clint for 15
Hashtag
years.
two
We can
Americans,
have
man.
these
That's some two
conversations.
American
Like,
shit right
I
there.
don't know nothing about no motherfucking green bean casserole. What the fuck is that shit?
I didn't know
What the
that.
fuck is that?
I don't like green beans. I think it's green beans, some kind of cheesy cream sauce, and like crispy onions or
No,
something.
so it's green beans, cream of mushroom. Like you got the hard fried onions on the
There you
top.
go.
It's good, bro.
I tried
Fried
it.
onions?
I didn't know what the fuck it was, man. It was
What the fuck is that about? Wow.
Amazing. I guess it is a white.
Oh my
Amazing.
god! You should
I
have
never
No,
heard.
that'd
I
be
never
crazy.
seen one.
You should
I've
have
never
seen
seen
the Negroes,
one.
boy. They was wild.
Like I said, I don't eat it, but it's at every Thanksgiving, so it's gonna be a white people thing.
That's a white people thing.
It has to be that if you don't know what it is, and I thought it
I
was
never
like
seen
everybody.
one in person.
I didn't see it
you
until
should
I
know,
didn't,
bro.
I didn't
I've
see it
never
until
seen
last year.
like a gorilla in person.
Yo.
Yeah, I have. I saw the one in the zoo. So I've never
the-
seen a green bean
And
casserole
in
in
the
person.
woman's
No,
in
you
the
gotta-
cousin's
you
house
gotta
that we were
make-
over,
make
she
it
was hot. She's
sometime
like,
you
told
go
her
around.
to bring this
You
shit.
better
up.
bring that shit, motherfucker. Yeah, that shit sound like some shit get you banned from the house.
Here you go,
But
guys.
I digress. I digress.
He's trying to fit in.
digress.
He's right, he's right, right.
So
Y'all motherfuckers.
I mean, the options are limited. I guess
Okay,
you
to
gotta
be
go.
fair, white people have no idea what collard greens are half the time.
Right. I'm sure some brother that went to like white folks' house for the first time brought some like neck bones or something. Like,
It'd be the same. It'd be the same. Okay.
Buy some oxtail for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Who's this fella you brought over?
This fella.
Yo, we can't. Oh God.
I'm so disappointed in you, Marie.
So disappointed. Oh God. Green
Oh fuck. All right,
All right, Jeff, what are you putting with your mashed potatoes and gravy?
You're killing me, bro.
I mean, I'm really like, okay. I have like the most basic
rap music. I knew it
ever. Like I really only like fried turkey, my mama's macaroni and cheese. And
I knew that Drake.
I don't like nothing else. So
what
I guess
vegetable do you like?
for the people, because it's Thanksgiving, the vegetables I like you don't have at Thanksgiving. So for the people, I guess we'll go sweet potatoes.
Damn, that's what I was gonna. Damn, that's what I was gonna take. Damn.
That's a good one.
In the power rankings, I think sweet potatoes are under mashed potatoes to me.
No.
Oh yeah, for sure.
White people, we do sweet potato casserole. We do green bean casserole, sweet potato casserole.
Okay, so we are from the same plantation. We sit on the same plantation. That's
Yeah.
it. We do sweet potato casserole.
Right,
Okay, so it's just not green bean casserole.
I have to take.
You gotta dig deep. You gotta dig deep.
Stuffing's already
Yeah.
in.
Just
Oh,
don't go.
I
that's right.
got
Lawrence
the
and stuff.
curveball.
Yeah.
Damn, what else?
Just don't go cranberry. Ugh.
Look, bro.
Oh, you know what? I
What's
love
left?
cabbage. Since we have cabbage.
Oh yeah. So we
Okay.
do that as Ukrainians. We have sauerkraut every Thanksgiving.
All right, so me never had cabbage on Thanksgiving.
Cabbage and
Never had
sauerkraut.
cabbage on
I don't
Thanksgiving.
eat it. I'm picky eater too. I don't eat it.
I like
Things that-
cabbage. Never been
Things
on
they don't
Thanksgiving
teach you in the
table.
black
We have it
household.
every holiday
There's
meal.
usually some
and
fish. There's usually fried fish, you know, at a
We don't have fish
I've
in our
been at,
house.
so
We're not that
if I
black. We
fish, I
black,
have
but we're not
cabbage.
that black.
we have it
Yeah,
Yeah,
every
we're not
holiday.
that black.
Oh,
We be frying fish, dropping the
We
turkey at
don't
5 o'clock
nah.
at night.
We ain't that black. We ain't that black.
All right, Jeff. You just actually you took mine, and I'm going to tell you why I'm picking it. I'm picking the
that's too
cranberry
funny.
sauce.
no, hold on. You don't. Hold on, Lauren. You had the first pick. So Meryl, what did Meryl pick?
I
Because Meryl
picked,
was next.
I picked cabbage.
Cabbage. That's right. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, Lauren.
So Lauren
Okay.
said sauerkraut. or
I'm
you
gonna
did
say
something
cranberry sauce. I made some last night, and it was dude. Let me tell you how I made it.
The
Though.
cranberry sauce had liquor in it, though. I
It
saw you
did.
pick
It
It does.
It had
Yes,
liquor in
I boiled the cranberries
That
in
shit
red
ain't come with a
wine.
can.
I boiled them with sugar, actually monk fruit because it's a low carb cranberry sauce. I put orange rinds, I put pumpkin pie spice, red wine. I boiled that all together, and then I put some vanilla extract in it. Oh, it's good.
So you black folks your
Fuck yeah.
cranberry sauce, where you just reach in the cabinet and just start pulling out shit.
No, I put I mean, it's the pumpkin pie spice in the cranberries with the sugar and the orange. It's good, and put the vanilla. But the best part is it was boiled in red wine, so it's like the sweet. It gives it a whole other level.
All right. So
It's
here,
good.
so Lauren has stuffing and cranberry sauce.
Mhm.
Meryl has mac and cheese and cabbage. Ferg has mashed potatoes and sweet
Took mine.
potatoes.
He took mine, yo.
You took mine.
And I have apparently white people food and deviled eggs. That's what I got.
That deviled eggs is strong, though. But that deviled eggs is strong. That's like
Deviled
Duke
eggs is strong, bro.
That's like Duke eggs is strong in the poll, though.
Yeah.
That's Duke eggs is
I'm
strong.
just curious, Jeff. If we had another round, would you be able to do another one? You don't have any more potatoes.
I mean, I can
You
go.
don't have any more
I can go what we
potatoes.
eat at my house. I can't go with y'all might not.
Oh, look. No biscuits were taken.
Yeah, or no,
Right,
just
so
no rolls
I
of
was gonna say
cornbread. Oh, I love
Biscuits or rolls weren't taken, right? And I was gonna, that was gonna be one of mine. But
Pumpkin
I would say
that's dessert.
at least in the HBCU poll, we would drop down to like potato salad now.
Oh, potato salad would be
Oh,
great.
potato
We'll
salad.
go
Potato salad would be
right
great.
now.
That would be
Probably not,
Is it mashed
probably
traditional.
not in the Big 12, but in the CIAA.
No, it's not traditional. Yeah, no, I don't even know. Maybe the
At our
CBG.
house.
Maybe the
You know,
CBG.
more people are doing like that kind of roasted Brussels sprouts.
Brussels
now.
sprouts.
Oh,
that's
I'm
some good
actually gonna
shit.
make those. I have that ready to go tomorrow, but I didn't start eating Brussels sprouts till about a year ago, which is really weird.
Yeah,
And now I'm
probably like
like,
5 or 6 years ago for me, about 5 or 6.
Oh,
I
I'm
love me some
in the
Brussels
air
sprouts.
fryer though, and I fry them up so they're like crispy. They're almost like
Yes, with some bacon. Have you ever put some bacon in them?
no.
Yeah.
I usually just throw them in there with like garlic, salt, and
Lauren, Parmesan cheese, like grated
That's-
Parmesan.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, putting
air
them bitches
fryer,
in the
man,
oven.
that thing,
Mm.
roasting it up,
Brussels
and it's like I eat it with burgers because I eat low
No,
carb.
y'all making me hungry.
Hey, look,
Yeah,
shout out.
make
I don't
it
know.
last
night.
Downtown Durham, it's a restaurant called It's a Southern Thing. And
Mhm.
they have excellent like honey glazed Brussels
Whoa.
sprouts like that. With
Say
bacon.
less.
Now
Honey
I gotta
glazed.
drive
I'm on
3.5
it.
hours for some fucking Brussels.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
about doing
Yeah.
a balsamic glaze for them tomorrow, just real quick.
It's
But
just-
yeah,
Now I gotta drive 3.5 hours for some damn Brussels.
It's a Southern Thing. It's a pretty good restaurant. They need to give us a sponsorship too.
So how about
They
Ferg?
do.
How about next time? So next August when you come up here for the Hoofnagel draft, we'll just go to lunch. We'll just all go to
Fine.
lunch up at the
We need
Southern
to
thing.
schedule
I
that
gotta get
earlier.
into the Hoofnagel. Who is somebody retiring or dying this year? Or
Somebody
something?
has to die or
You're
quit.
gonna have to murder somebody to
You're-
get that.
Like
mean,
I don't remember the last time we had an open spot. It has
Me?
not. Oh,
We
Ferg,
can make
yeah.
we can make it a
Yeah.
14-team league or something.
Nope.
I mean,
Pass.
no.
Hard pass on that shit.
I'll wait.
That shit I'm already in like 12th place. Like, what the
I'll
fuck?
wait,
No,
and then
no.
whenever it opens up, we'll
Hard
do the
pass.
weekend of it. I'll come do the draft, and Samantha,
Bro.
because we've never been to Asheville, and that's supposed to be like our people's place on the East Coast now.
Yeah.
We need to do a.
I would love to do a
Hoofnagel
destination draft, but yeah, but it's just hard
football
for
show
everybody
draft.
to get to the same place.
Yeah,
But maybe
Hoofnagel football show
we
We need
draft.
to do a Hoofnagel football show draft with a
Sign me up.
top 6 people in Hoofnagel, top 6 in football show, and we'll
Let's do it.
combine them together, and that'll be our league of record for next year.
12 team league.
well, that means me and Merrill are in it. Oh,
I'm
Yeah.
not in it right now. I gotta fight
But
my
he's
way
in
in.
Hoofnagel though. He be in it because he's in Hoofnagel.
Yeah, man,
Hoofnagel. I said
Hoofnagel.
Hoofnagel
He's
football
already
show.
in Hoof.
Glenn's doing really well. Aren't you in the? Aren't you in the top 6 in the show league? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Are you
yeah.
in the
I'm
top 6?
7-4. I think
My
is what I
team
am.
is trash. I have no idea.
My
how I'm
team
sitting
is
here.
No,
trash.
you
Yeah.
kick my ass. I'm like 8-3. You're like my one of my losses.
I
My
think,
team is
Lauren.
so
I think you
terrible.
and me. I think you and me were the top 2 seeds.
Okay.
My team
I
is
think-
terrible in the show league. I have no.
I would be in a
playing
good
all the
place
sorry
if
teams.
I would have just gave Lauren Cooper Cup instead of Puka.
Yeah.
I would be good
You and I went back and forth about that for 2 days.
because Jalen Warren balled the fuck out. Sutton balled out, and I didn't even play him. I
Yeah.
played Cooper.
I was
and Cooper
after I
shit
did that, I was like, "You son of a bitch!" If the Puka does, I said, "Of course, Jalen Morton gets like a 74-yard touchdown," and I
You
just
got Puka.
Meryl,
Puka
you're
ball.
8-3 in the show league, bro.
But my team is terrible. It's not.
Oh,
good.
okay.
It's not
Okay.
a good team.
But your team, it's the. I mean, you beat me by a lot. I feel like it was.
I get lucky.
I believe the best team is like King Olay or Dragons or something.
Yeah,
He's
his
like,
team is
No,
ridiculous.
his
His
team
team's
is
ridiculous. His
ridiculously
team's
good.
ridiculous. His team's ridiculous.
This shit is so good.
There's one
for
guy that just
16
has one loss, and his team is fucking nasty. I was looking at it the other day. I was like,
yeah, wow.
it's over.
Tua
Read
Swift,
his squad.
Bijan.
Just look at his squad.
His team is
I know.
ridiculous.
Tua Swift, Brian Robinson, CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, George Kittle.
In a 16-team league.
Yeah, then he's got Brock Purdy on the bench.
On the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out
Yeah.
here struggling.
Yeah, I mean, I like my team in that too. I mean, I'm 7-4 because I
know.
lost last week, but
I
you
hate
know, it's
my
all good.
team.
Oh,
No, it's all
the
good.
fact that he has CeeDee Lamb and AJ.
I'm 4-7.
How do you do?
Yeah.
He must have picked those two first,
Back to back. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then he must
All
have
right.
done like Brian Robinson and DeAndre Swift. Or no, he
All right.
probably did DeAndre to Brian.
He got lucky. He
Yep.
got lucky with Swift. Nobody knew Swift.
Yeah, he got lucky with DeAndre. All right, guys, it's almost 8:45.
Yep.
So any last thoughts, Commish? Any last thoughts?
Nah, man, excited for football, man. Can't wait
Yeah.
for the food. Can't wait for the football. Not the Friday game. Not too. Then we got State
But it's
Carolina.
football. Yep. Saturday, State Carolina, 8 o'clock.
State
Yeah,
Carolina.
boy.
You know.
Oh, by the way, me and Kiasha are going to that game. And
Maybe I'll
her,
watch
'cause
that this week.
her neighbor is a state season ticket holder and gave her 2 of the tickets for her and I to go. And there's only one condition is that I couldn't start anything. And because it's
I love that
state,
condition. Yeah,
you
I love
know how they're
yeah.
you know how their fans
You know how
get,
you
and you
privilege-
know how I get.
privilege
But I don't
people.
start things, and that's what we
Yeah.
like. I don't start things, but
I get
I
the
do
same
give
talk.
my opinion on things. So
I get the
It's-
same talk.
But
Well,
the Giants messed up their chance to draft their third Duke quarterback because we took Dave Brown, we took Daniel Jones, and we were probably going to,
Riley
well,
Leonard.
at least a North
Not
Carolina,
Riley
at least a North Carolina quarterback. Take that back, yeah. So
Drake.
Dave Brown.
No, apparently
Jason-
Drake's going to the Patriots, is what they're saying.
Drake's
All right.
going
Oh, that would be
number
great.
one.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
So, Ferg, any
We'll
last
take
minute
Bo
thoughts, bro?
Nix. We'll take Bo Nix and be happy with
Drake,
it. We're
Drake's
fine.
Yeah.
number one.
No doubt. Last minute thoughts, Ferg?
Stand on that. No, I mean, happy Thanksgiving. Shout out to Merle's mom. Merle's mom is our second mom. Makes pancakes.
Yeah,
for the last 30
Appreciate
years.
that, bro.
She's down and out
She
right
is.
now, so we are
Yeah.
gonna get out of here early enough tomorrow to go by the hospital and see her before we
Come on, it's here.
go get some green bean casserole somewhere or something. But yeah. So
It'll probably be
Thank
some
you
Summer
for your
pasta.
team tomorrow.
shout out to Miss Evelyn and hoping she's getting better.
Mhm.
every day.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
Lauren, any final words?
Yeah, thoughts to your mom, Meryl. Jeff had mentioned
Appreciate
that
that.
last week, so I guess
Yeah,
they'll
indeed.
probably have green beans.
Yeah, and then I also say our hearts are heavy in Reedsville, where we had a student that collapsed and passed away.
Wow.
Running track at school.
The
So
heart
pretty
thing
bad.
again?
Yeah, it's heart. And
Wow,
just,
bro.
just shout out to the Wilson family, the folks who are watching from Reedsville.
That's
hearts are heavy.
absolutely crazy.
Somebody's
Yeah,
baby.
that's crazy.
Somebody's baby.
So, yeah, that's bonkers. All right. So on that note, we do want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and
Be
enjoy
safe.
your football
Keep the
games.
world going.
Definitely be safe. Hey, and if you're gonna
Send us
fry a
some
turkey, be safe. If you're gonna fry turkeys and drop some shit in the oil, be safe.
But if you're gonna fuck yourself up, tape it and send it to
Yes,
us.
and send it to us. So at least we can
Tape
see
and
it.
send it to us so we can
Right.
laugh.
And
Just
I
one
would-
comment real
yeah.
quick. I've never made Thanksgiving before, and I decided this year I was going to, so this is my first time. And I
Good
did all
luck.
my cooking today because I knew I'd be too drunk tomorrow and would cut fingers off. So that's
Good
about
luck.
being safe. You gotta think ahead. Think ahead.
Oh, we
Did
got a shout out
somebody
here.
give you did somebody give you references to making Thanksgiving? 'Cause you need
I got it.
references.
No, I learned to cook during
Hey,
COVID.
look.
So I've actually really enjoyed it. I got it.
She picked up the white people's Thanksgiving handbook. She got green bean
Yeah.
casserole. She
I
got
had
deviled
red
eggs. She
wine
got
and
turkey.
cheese,
She got
cranberry
stuffing.
sauce.
Yeah.
Cranberry
Actually,
sauce.
What black person told you to put
Aiden
wine in your damn
stuffing.
cranberry?
He's making
cranberries?
desserts and stuffing. That's my sous chef.
All right. And so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We look
Happy
forward to seeing you
Thanksgiving,
guys
Brittany.
next week. And don't
Yeah.
forget,
Hey,
don't
Brittany.
forget, even though there's 3 games on
Oh, yeah.
Thursday, please, if you have flex positions and if you're playing anybody, take them out of your flex, put them in your regular lineup, leave that flex position open for the 11 games on, well,
Or
12
put your
games
Friday
between Friday
guys
and
in
I'm
your
playing
regular
like
lineup.
3-4 people
Put your
tomorrow.
Friday guys.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Friday guys.
And everybody wish Ferg luck. He'll be up until 6 a.m. drafting
I
teams.
will.
He's gonna be like walking
already
in
know.
and being like,
It's so much fun.
"Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Brittany."
Why did you tell me about this?
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
gonna have our day tomorrow. Look at him. Look at him. He's still looking at. He's
I'm
drafting
already on it.
right now. Look at
I'm
him.
getting a draft right now.
He's got 3 teams already, y'all. All right. So for everybody on the football show with no name, happy Thanksgiving to y'all. We'll see you next week. And
Happy
good luck to everybody's team except for the ones here and fuck y'all's team.
Unless
And we
if I'm
will,
playing you, fuck your team.
yeah, absolutely. And we will see y'all same bat time, same bat channel next week.